Very interesting. And I think that it's really important that we share that in a way that we do, because a lot of the times I realize people don't realize that they are doing it, like that they're imposing. One of the
Yeah,
things that I tell people when they're having conversations, be, what is it? Not refuse, but hesitate on saying, well, in the US, it's like this.
yes,
Just
yes,
when you hear yourself about to say, well, in the States, it's like, just try to catch yourself in every situation, because there is an interest, there's a curiosity. The South African people are very curious and welcoming to African Americans, but they're not looking for lectures.
mm-mm,
And I think we've all, I've been guilty of it. I think, when you're first arriving, I think there's just such an overwhelm. That was a great word that you used, Mark. Like, you get
mm.
activated because you realize so many things at once that just kind of create this like mind screw, because you're
Yeah,
like, wait, I was told this, but it looks like this, and I was also told this, but that's not the case.
yeah.
But it really is an opportunity to put down the baggage that you've been carrying that really isn't your own, um, to then just come and like experience it. And I tell everyone, whether they decide to book trips with you guys or they decide to do it solo, the number one thing, like, be open-minded and be willing to reconsider everything you thought you knew about this country, because 9 times out of 10, majority of it is false. It's
Mm,
wrong.
yeah.
And that's really important that, they get to hear it. I think from people that have been here, that are doing it, that may have also struggled, in the beginning. I know that was something that I realized I was doing. Um, so what are some of the surprising feedback that you get right after people are getting ready to leave, after they've spent 10 days, 14 days with the real South Africa, outside of not wanting to leave? what are
Yeah.
some of the what's some of that feedback like, for you and for the company?
Yeah.
The feedback is always positive. They definitely feel lied to. A lot of them start seeing themselves as more African. They start to speak differently about their options for the future.
Yeah.
Within 3 days or so, they're like, oh, I can retire here. I can do this. I need to go back and start making a plan. So a lot of them, in addition to not wanting to leave, they get excited about coming back and excited about planning, which is why a lot of our clients are repeat offenders. They've come back and they've bought properties. They've come back and they've built relationships. They've come back and they've started businesses. But they do all of that after they've had their first visit, because now they know it exists and now they can come up with a plan. And I think that that's a lot of the feedback that we get, that they are thankful and grateful that we haven't kept it to ourselves, that we've shared and imparted our knowledge about how the country works and how to, make sure you greet people, and how that opens up doors for you by just talking to people. Short story, a young lady that visited 4 different states and 2 countries with us just recently, she was traveling alone and she met some people at one of the places she was at. They invited her out. She went out, they had dinner. I mean, those are the things that you can't get unless you get here. And once you start making friends, then you can see yourself here. And I think those are the things that make me the proudest, that people can start to see themselves here and make a new plan for their life.
Mm. I will add this, probably one of the biggest motivations to continue, doing what we're doing is that, I mean, I know most of us, and I mean, not I mean most of us, not all of us, are very intelligent people, and most of us, when given a chance, regardless if it's in their hometowns or somewhere else in the country, in the U.S., they make the best out of it. But they got to get that chance, and a lot of times we don't get a chance. We don't. We just don't.
Yeah.
We're smart people across the board, and then they come here. And from my perspective, I just want to give them a chance Just give them a
Yeah.
chance. And then they interact, and then like Tasha said, and then they start thinking, wow, I could do this and I could do that. And then you just kind of, watch them here and there. They will send you a message here and there, and you might give them some guidance, so forth, as they're matriculating. But it's so funny because we sit back and we could just watch them. We'd be like, yeah, there they go, there they go, and then now they're doing this. There they go, there they go.
It's so good.
Yeah,
It feels it's
yeah,
so rewarding.
yeah. So that's the feedback that I personally say, okay, this. Let's continue. This help the next 10, 15, 50, 100 people
Yeah.
come through and make a difference, to the point to where now when we're out in the street, we run it. I mean, I don't know about you, but I know us. A lot of South Africans, they always thank us. We constantly. I mean, I don't even go to Mall of Africa that much anymore, because every time we go there, there's always people stopping us. Hey, how you doing? Hey, I'm so thank you for bringing these Americans. Thank you for representing our country. Thank you for all these things. So, and that's part of the feedback as well, because the feedback comes from the Americans, and then the other part of the feedback comes from the South Africans, that we're showing South Africa in a good light. And the crappy part about it is, and I know firsthand, we can get into it if I had to,